Peace and blessings, family. We here, live and direct. Back tuned in from Arizona. Back in this, I was about to say back in the States. That's what they always say in Canada. But back in America, we're here ready to get to work. I'm up all night. In the past 2 days, I've been getting situated. But now that we're back, um, like I promised, all like at the beginning of September, I was gonna be coming here, and it's amazing to see we're here September 30th. And we're a month in, and I promised I would over deliver with value since we've grown. We've tripled on the channel in following, in viewing, in hours watched. So above all else, I want to show my appreciation and my gratitude to every single one of you guys that has been tuned in, that has been a student, and has been applying themselves. Above all else, I've gotten text messages, I've gotten comments on a lot of the videos of people coming in and getting results from the videos that are being watched, and them taking action on the information that is being taught within these videos. So that is exactly what I want to see. I always talk about, if you guys are coming back for the same information, I'm clearly not doing something right on my end. So I need to do things differently. If we have a business where people are coming back habitually, you got something wrong within your business. So, I'm blessed to see the amount of people that have came in, gotten results within the setup that we've been able to create here thus far. But I'm about to really take everything to another level. I got 5 different ebooks about to drop for you guys. We got creditgotti.com about to drop now in the next week, less than 7 days until that drops. YBC University, for those that have plugged into the university, we got a lot of things uploaded to it. And if you guys are plugged in, because I know we got a lot of different malfunctions and technical difficulties on it. A couple different videos aren't loading because we're swapping those out for newer videos, and we're adding on more videos and curriculum and a whole new course within YBC University for you guys. So make sure you guys, if you guys are not tuned into that, to tune into YBC University. And those that are tuned in, that have had some troubles, make sure to reach out to me. I'm gonna get you guys into some exclusive private chats that we have in the Discord, and where we go more in depth with consumer law, and I break down all these codes, and other steps that I use to get deletions. So let's get into it. Today specifically, you guys seen the title. I'm gonna show you guys how down payments are illegal. I'm gonna show you guys how to remove and how to never get a down payment. If you guys have put down a down payment, I'm gonna show you guys how to get your down payment back. So make sure you guys are tuned in. Make sure you got your notebooks out. And it will, yes, entail, if need be, going through the arbitration process to get that down payment back. But the code in which we're going to be exercising, I've gone over it within a couple different videos prior, but this is within truth and lending, and this is before holding them civilly liable. We're talking about holding them criminally liable, and I'm going to show you guys exactly where that is within truth and lending. But right now I want to take you guys to the finance charge alone. So I want everybody, let me pull it up on my computer real quick, to pull up Title 15 USC 1605, and this is chapter 41, truth and lending. Let me pull it up. Let me show you guys what it's going to look like. We're going to look a little something like this. And so drop a 3 in the chat if everybody's with me, if everybody can hear me, if everybody's got it pulled up with me as well too. So this is determination of a finance charge, and the reason you need to know what it is so that you're able to understand and explain. Okay, perfect. We got some people tuned in. Exactly what is going on within a consumer credit transaction. Anytime there's a consumer credit transaction, a finance charge has arose. So if you truly understand a finance charge, and you guys must understand the true definition of a finance charge, and that anytime and every time your guys' credit is ran, a finance charge has arose. So we must understand the true definition of it. So for instance, when you guys go finance your guys' phones, at AT&T, at Verizon, etc., as you guys finance it, go ask them what the finance charge is with that, with that phone. You guys are gonna be surprised with the finance charges with that phone. You guys are gonna see that the payments that you guys are making aren't really necessary. With my last phone bill with AT&T, I had for a whole year not made any payments on it because I broke down the finance charge, were sent everything, exercised and broke down everything. I broke down through 1605, which is what I'm covering right now, which is the determination of the finance charge. So you guys truly understand and know how to break it down properly, you guys will be able to get back your down payment, and you guys won't have to make any payments on phones, on credit cards, etc. These are certain things in which you guys can, attack and have done once you guys truly understand the definitions, truly understand, the basic, because these aren't really even advanced subchapters. So these are simple subchapters. So once you guys understand the foundations, understand the main three, I'm gonna call it the big three, right? The FDCPA, Truth in Lending, and the FCRA. Write that down. That's the big three. The FDCPA, FCRA, and Truth in Lending. When it comes to discharging anything on your consumer report, we must know these three, right? So within Truth in Lending, this isn't anything complicated in which we're teaching. So the finance charge, this is vital. This is what happens within every consumer credit transaction. So if we're going to truly know what's happening within these consumer credit transactions, we got to know what a finance charge is. So not only I want you guys to ask the dealer, I want you guys to ask, the mortgage company that's pulling your guys' credit, ask them what the finance charge is. Right, a lot of times they'll tell you guys that it's just interest, but they'll tell you a bunch of, BS and runaround. I'm gonna tell you guys what Congress is telling us what a finance charge is. So I see a couple people got it pulled up with me, the determination of a finance charge. So it states right here, except as otherwise provided in this section, the amount of the finance charge in connection with any consumer credit transaction. So I'm gonna stop right here. There's one word in here. Let me know if any of you guys know that word that I always stop, because whenever I see this word, it's opening me up to a whole bunch of different it's opening me up to a whole bunch of different ideas, and not even ideas, but just it's opening me up. Understanding that it's any consumer credit transaction. The word "any" is what I'm referring to. Anytime I see the word "any consumer," that's when student loans, that's auto loans, mortgage loans, credit cards. That's any time your credit card is ran. That's any time your social security number is ran. That's any time your license is ran. See, we got to understand the definitions. That's why I took you guys through 15 U.S.C. 1602 prior to even going over anything when it comes to getting an auto loan. A lot of you guys have hopped on this channel and called me and are looking to take action on things without knowing the verbiage. And, somebody called me and was like, yo, I heard about this consumer stuff, and I went to the dealership and I tried to get a car with this consumer stuff, and I don't know if it works. I'm like, this consumer stuff, consumer law, ma'am? She's like, yes, it's consumer stuff. She's like, I had just seen a video. I actually seen one of your videos as well too. And, from it, I thought I can go get a vehicle with this consumer stuff. I'm like, yo. And this is how a lot of y'all are really thinking and attacking this, because a lot of you guys don't truly understand and haven't invested in the books, haven't invested into mentorship, haven't invested into, just different things that are out, different people's courses that are out there, different mentorship, different books. There's so many different books out there. There's one book I want, let me see, 4 steps. Oh, 2, brother. Okay, it's called Four Steps to Better Credit by Brian Ponder. Brian Ponder is an actual consumer lawyer, consumer law attorney, and that book is a great basic book. I just gave this to one of my business partners so that he could go through and read this as well too. But this is an intro to consumer law. Within it as well too, he shows you guys how to build out your consumer report. A lot of you guys are going into these dealerships with 300, 400 credit scores, and then on top of that, not knowing what you guys are talking about. So one, they're already looking at you like you're crazy because you got a credit score that is, shot, so they understand that you don't know, or that your finances aren't in a good order, and clearly, you may need help with your finances and aren't financially literate, potentially. On top of that, you go in there not knowing, the proper verbiage and definitions of these words within these subchapters. That's why I always mention family it's important and vital to understand the definition section. So without further ado, let's hop into what Congress says. So like I stated, they mention any consumer credit transaction. So anytime you guys see the word any, you guys must understand that it goes for all consumer credit transactions. That's any time and every time your guys' credit card is ran. So I want y'all to drop in the chat box credit card. If y'all understand a consumer credit transaction is anytime your credit card is ran, I want you to drop in the chat box credit card. Let's share this live out as well to 5 people. Let's get this live going out. This is going to help a lot of people. A lot of people have gotten down payments. I'm going to show you guys how to get your down payment back. I'm going to show you guys, how within the contract, they've literally abused you. They've literally deceived you. So I'm going to show you guys what Congress is stating. I love it. Genus, where's everybody tuning in from? One thing as well too that I've noticed with the last video and where, a lot of people are seeing tremendous results is when we all came in here and we expressed our gratitude. So what is it that you guys are all grateful for? It's Saturday, we're going into Sunday. Let's express our gratitude. It's the weekend. A lot of you guys can be out partying. A lot of you guys, we haven't even dove into the finance chart, so stay tuned. We're about to dive into the information. We're about to dive into, how to get the down payment back. Don't worry. But before that, before anything, let's operate on that frequency. Let's tap into that frequency. Let's raise our level of vibration. Who's with me on raising their level of vibration? Drop a 3 in the chat if you guys are with me on raising your level of if you guys are with me. Ethan, let's take a moment real quick, family. It was a full moon yesterday. My guy Ethan, just stated that his father had passed away. Let's take a moment of silence for my guy Ethan real quick. My guy Ethan, may he forever rest in power, King. And just understand that you're here for a reason. Understand that this information is going to not only help you, but your future and their generation, your future generations to come, King. So just stay the course, stay a student, and let's apply this information. Let's apply it. Yes, family, let's send our condolences, our love. Let's drop what we're grateful for. That's why it's vital to every day express what we're grateful for. Because tomorrow is not promised ever. I could wake up tomorrow and not be here. You guys could get no more of Credit Gotti's channel. What are some things in which we're grateful for? I got books with me daily to remind me to express my gratitude, to remind me to get in that feeling of gratitude. Today, I had a quote. Every day it breaks down a different quote. But every day I'm just finding different ways of expressing my gratitude. So what are some things in which you guys are grateful for? Before we hop into the determination and the true definition that Congress is telling us of a finance charge, I want to see some things in which you guys are all grateful for, family. This neck is always falling off. Let's see it, family. What are some things in which everybody is grateful for? I'm grateful for life, 100%. Okay, I love it. I'm grateful for my family. There we go. I honestly create gratitude in every environment. 100%. You must create it in every environment. You must. You must demand it. You must demand these certain things within your guys' life. A lot of times we beg, we plead, rather than demanding. A lot of times people pray, incorrectly. A lot of times people are begging, which is the lowest in frequency out there. To beg, to plead, to, please, no, affirm. I am so happy and grateful now that. What is it that you guys desire? Get in a state of gratitude for it. Understand that it's already done. Understand that it's already yours. There is nothing to become. You are that already, I always say, family. And so once we operate in that state, we'll start attracting, we'll start being able to discharge these debts. We'll start being able to, clean our credit to be able to leverage our credit. So now that we're able to leverage our credit, we can think more clear. Now we can operate in a mode of creativity. Now we can operate in a mode of building. Now we can operate in a mode of, okay, what is the next move? Not how am I going to pay off this? How am I going to get out of this hole, just to survive? We're not just surviving now, we're creating, we're thriving. And that's the state of mind. That's the billionaires club mindset that we all gotta have. That's how we're going to empower, enrich, and educate a billion lives. And that's how we're going to accomplish the mission of, enriching a billion lives. Is by us going through and doing such. So it's vital for us to get in that state of gratitude. It's vital for us to operate, you know, every day by, taking care of oneself, by, pouring into our cup. A lot of times we're pouring from empty cups. We must pour into our own cups, family, so that we can pour into others' cups as well too. So let's drop some gratitude. Let's drop some things in which we're grateful for. So let's hop into the determination of a finance charge by that Congress is stating this. So it states any consumer credit transaction shall be determined as the sum of all charges, payable directly or indirectly by the person to whom the credit is extended. So notice how it talks about directly or indirectly. Why are we talking about it directly or indirectly? Does anybody know? Why are we talking about it directly or indirectly? Who knows? Who knows? Because if it's indirectly, right, we're we're indirectly giving them our credit card, and as we're giving them our credit, as we've granted them credit, now they're therefore extending us the credit. So we're indirectly giving them it, and on top of that, they're able to extend us the credit. And then they get us through their contractual agreements into making payments on top of the finance charge, when the finance charge is the sum of all charges. I'm not, and I never have been one that's been great at math. I've never been, above and beyond with, being that math or that numbers guy. But I understand that the sum is the total amount. I understand that there is nothing more or nothing outside of the sum, right? That's the total amount. 1 plus 1, the sum of that is always going to be 2. There can never be anything more or anything less. So the sum is that. There's nothing outside of the, there's nothing outside of the, finance charges. It's the sum of all charges. All right, so you're gonna notice that we talk about, and a lot of times they'll try to get, they'll try to get cash, payments such as down payments. It talks about it's the sum of all charges. So there shouldn't be any payments outside of that. There shouldn't be no month-to-month payment. There is no interest. Interest is included within the finance charge. I'm going to show you guys where it states at within, the definition section. Congress is letting us know everything we need to know. Insurance is included within it. Any service fees, any finder's fees, service fees such as if you guys need your oil fixed, if any service on the vehicle is needed, if you need to transport the car from one state to another, that's all included within the finance charge, family. See, we must understand this. We must understand that the moment that our credit was ran, that vehicle was paid for from the jump. So I want to break down this before showing you guys how to go and get back your down payment and how to go get the remedy for it as well too. So drop a 3 if y'all with me. Drop a 3 if you guys are with me. And not only a 3, but drop what you guys are grateful for, so that we can attract more. So that we can attract more information. So that we can attract more light. So we can attract more love. So that we can attract more peace, more harmony, more peace of mind, so that we can allow this information. Hey, y'all hear the frequencies in the background? Y'all hear it, man. You know, every day, just what you listen to is everything. We've all day just been taking in mindful breaths. You know, been taking in, you know, this steel tongue drum. You know, chanting. You know, humming. It was my first time I was able to see my beautiful niece, my first niece. You know, I was just there, just humming. You know, just getting in tune with that frequencies, that sound frequency. The opportunity to build with the like mind. 100%, brother. And you know, for those in 2024 that are really looking to collaborate in person, really looking to build, you know, I'm about to be traveling to other countries, you know, that you guys see, you know, on these social media sites. But through that, while we're there, we're going to be hosting in-person events, giving people game on everything, a lot more in depth, showing you guys how to go get the bag, how to wipe out everything completely from your report within 30 to 45 days. On top of that, how to get the bag within those 30 to 45 days. All in-person events. On top of that, once we show you guys how to get the bag, we're going to show you guys how to invest that within the financial markets and also within real estate as well too. Multi-family apartment units. On top of that, if anybody's looking to scale out any e-commerce stores, we'll show you guys how to do that. If you guys want one-on-one, you know, and more insight on that, just message me Billionaires Club, comment Billionaires Club, and I will send you guys more information, and we can get you guys locked in with our travel club, so that as we are traveling abroad, you guys can come catch, you know, the flights with us, and get access to this information in person. But I promise you guys, it's gonna be a whole lot different. The vibe, the energy, the feel for it. We're gonna do a lot of healing, a lot of different things, you know, outside of just giving game, making money. We're gonna be growing in all areas, working out, you know, getting the mind, body, soul all right in all areas. And that's what it's about, family. And, you know, that's what it's about. And I'm gonna have my guy, Brother Truth, going over status correction. I'm gonna have Taquan X showing you guys how to use, you know, an EIN number, so you don't gotta use your social security number. We got multiple people within our mentorship that are setting that up as well too. People that have gone through themselves, you know, and gotten Amex credit cards, that are going through and getting mortgage loans, you know, with the EIN number rather than their personal credit number. And this EIN is reflecting off their own personal name. So, you know, for instance, if I had one, it would be Credit Guardian. You know, that was my first and last name, right? And this is the name of it. So go ahead and, you know, everybody that's messaging me Billionaires Club, schedule a one-on-one phone call, and in the comment section, just message, you know, comment Billionaires Club. You know, if you guys are looking to schedule a call, and remember, the club is never with the U, it's always with the V. Always with the V. So I want to finish breaking this down. So it states right here, the transaction shall be determined as the sum of all charges payable directly or indirectly. Remember, indirectly, you know, if they're running our credit card, they're indirectly running it, and we're extending them the credit, right? We're indirectly giving them the credit, and therefore they're extending us it. So now I want to take you guys to the term right here where it talks about an imposed, okay, we broke down that. So indirectly, directly or indirectly by the creditor as an incident to the extension of credit. So the term incident means inseparable. The charges should be together. So the term incident alone just more than confirms that all of the payments should be in one. There is no payment outside of the finance charge. Right? All of the payments should be included from your credit being ran, from the consumer credit transaction, from the finance charge that arose. Right? There's nothing outside of that. There shouldn't be anything outside of that. Once again, incident means inseparable. Go look it up within the Black's Law Dictionary. Where am I reading it up from? This is from the mentorship. So let me show you guys the mentorship. This is my mentorship that I put together. This is information that I've had within here that I'm just reading off old information that we've been had in here. We've got, personal credit blueprint, business credit blueprint, different templates, different step-by-steps. Y'all think it's a game, like y'all think that what we're teaching here on the tube is just what we're teaching. This ain't nothing compared to what we're really providing to our private community. So I highly do advise that you guys do get tapped in. So I'm just reading back old information. These are things in which, like I said, I said this on the last video, years ago, 2 years ago. So I'm just going back and taking it to the basics to remembering where I was, things that helped me throughout the process of me getting to where I'm at now. So I'm just going over a lot of things within, this is the truth, one of the things that we have within the truth and lending section. So let me show you guys one more time what it's going to look like. This is a truth and lending section I'm referring to right now. We got different marketing tools. We got different step-by-steps for, just about every account you can imagine on a consumer report. We got a business credit blueprint, personal credit blueprint, different things within, consumer law as well too. We're about to go over and drop a secure party creditor process, living in the private, operating the private. We got a lot of different things, such as, no registration, such as, I can't show you all that, but a bunch of different things on there, case study. Let me show you this international real estate. We got, y'all getting the sauce, but we got different, chats for, realtors in different countries and some more stuff. We got Turo stuff. We got my guy who's out in Miami, he actually is in Austin now. He was in Miami for the past 3 years where he started his fleet, moved out to Austin, and he's been running up the Turo game, leveraging his credit, from the mentorship and everything we've, attacked within the mentorship. So that's where I'm reading through. So there should be no cash with a consumer credit transaction. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm reading through everything. Okay, yep. Okay. So the finance charge does not include charges of a type payable in a comparable cash transaction. So there shouldn't be anything outside of it. Hence the word inseparable. The finance charge shall not include fees and amounts imposed by a third-party closing agency. This further, backs, the fact that down payments are not lawful. So closing agents, real estate agents, anybody looking to get you a down payment, it's unlawful. This is a part of the finance charge. There should be no, transaction outside of it. It's inseparable, from, the finance charge. Then we come here. So examples of charges which are included in the finance charge include any of the types of charges which are applicable. And we talk about interest. So when they claim the finance charge is interest, they're lying to you guys. The finance charge should also be included as well too. So the finance charge is not interest. If they ever tell you guys that, that's bullshit. I'm gonna tell you guys that directly, and right now that is absolute bullshit. You guys have seen what the definition of a finance charge is. So there should be no finance charge outside, or there should be no interest outside of the finance charge. When they tell you guys an APR percentage, the APR is really just the finance charge in a percentage form, if you guys truly broke it down. And then the term number 2, service or carrying charge. So like I mentioned, if you guys need ever any oil change, if you guys ever need any just service on the vehicle as a whole, as you guys are financing it, that's also included within it. If you guys need it to be transported from one state to another and shipped, through cargo, that should be within the service fee as well too. Number three, loan fee, finder's fee, or similar charge. Understand that nowhere within any of these subchapters do they even define the term loan. I got $1,000,000 for anybody that can tell me where and define where Congress defines the term loan within any of these subchapters that we're covering, or any of Title 15 as a whole. And then number four, free consumer report. It talks about a fee for an investigative consumer report. There should be no fee for it. It's all included within the finance charge. Consumer reports should never be at cost at all. And then number five, it talks about premium or other charge for any guarantee or insurance protecting the creditor against the obligor's default or the credit loss. So understand that, insurance with Geico, insurance with, State Farm, with any of these insurance companies, that's all included within the finance charge as well too. What they're supposed to actually do is give you a whole list as well too of individuals, of different insurance companies in which you guys can do business with, and that's all included within the finance charge. But then they'll tell you guys that you guys cannot leave the dealership without insurance, and I'm going to show you guys where you guys don't need as well too. On top of this, within the determination of the finance charge, it'll further elaborate how you guys don't need to walk out of that dealership with any insurance. So I'm going to show you guys that here in a second. And then number six talks about a borrower paid broker fees, including fees paid directly to the broker or the lender. Understand that the borrower and broker fees, we've never been, as I mentioned in Deuteronomy 15, you will lend to many nations but borrow from them. We've never been a borrower. Nowhere in these subchapters do they define the term borrower. Nowhere in the FDCPA, which is dealing with debt, do they define the term borrower. It's because we are not, and we never will be, a borrower. And you did not get the loan. We didn't get the loan. We originated the loan. We created the loan. We credited them the loan, and therefore granted them the right to extend credit just as a whole. Right? Understand that since 1933, a natural person has never been, owed anything, has never owed any debt. 18 U.S.C. 8, right? All obligations are on the United States. Right? 18 U.S.C. 8, there is no money just as a whole within the United States. They're bankrupt since 1933, the fifth international bankruptcy, and that's why the Emergency Banking Act of 1933 took place. That's why in 1936 they came up with the Social Security Act to put us as chattel, as collateral to the United States, and they created a fictitious entity mirroring us, the natural person. Understand that the obligor is never us. We are never the obligor in these instances. Never are we the obligor. We can, and I shouldn't say never, because we have the ability to act on the behalf of the obligor, but being the obligor, we're always a natural person, and the natural person is not the obligor. The natural person is never entitled or never indebted to any of these corporations. Stay tuned. We got books coming soon. We got kids' books about to drop before the end of this year. And I'm going to be talking about that. So that's why I brought that up. But coming down here to, B. So this talks about life, accident, or charge health insurance premiums included in the finance charge. Charges or premiums for credit, life, accident, or health insurance written in connection with any consumer credit transaction shall be included in the finance charge unless, number one, the coverage of the debtor by the insurance is not a factor in the approval by the creditor of the extension of credit, and this fact is clearly disclosed in writing to the person applying for or obtaining the extension of credit. So it's not a factor in the approval. The coverage of the debtor by the insurance. So the coverage of the debtor by the insurance is not a factor in the approval. So it's not a factor. But they're telling you it's a factor. So you guys must know how to cite this when you guys get there. This is 15 U.S.C. 1605 B1. And number 2 talks about in order to obtain the insurance in connection with the extension of credit, the person to whom the credit is extended must give specific affirmative written indication of his desire to do so after written disclosure to him of the cost thereof. So understand, family, insurance is not a factor in the approval by the creditor of the extension of credit. Come on, family. Drop a 5, drop a fire emoji if you guys are gaining this information, if you guys are understanding the power of what I'm reading right now. You guys all should just be getting chills throughout your body. You guys should feel that source is talking and flowing through you guys right now. You guys should feel that you're exactly where. Peace and blessings, family. So yeah, I mean, that right there is a breakdown of the determination of a finance charge. So family, like, understand that there's all the payments should be together. Talked about inseparable. There shouldn't be anything. There shouldn't be 2 payments, 3 payments. It's all one payment. It's all from the consumer credit transaction. That's you guys having your guys' credit ran. That's your guys' credit card, which your credit card comes with an open-end credit plan. So remember, our credit card, yes, we have a credit card, but with our credit card, we have an open-end credit plan, which is defined after the term credit card within Truth in Lending. I'm getting this now. My credit has been messed up from my identity theft. They even tried to file taxes in my name. That's all wrong. So if they try to file taxes and everything in your name as well too, I would definitely file an FTC report. If you know or have any suspect of whom the identity theft is on, you can look to file a lawsuit on them as well too, and take them through arbitration. See, I think once we came here, we got close to the good frequencies. A lot more people started tuning in. But then I want to take you guys to 1611. So in 1611, we talk about holding them criminally liable for knowingly and willfully, either withholding certain information, or just, going through, deceiving methods in which they went through and misusing our credit. That's the whole purpose of Truth in Lending as a whole, the misuse of one's credit. This came about in 1968. So this is even before the FCRA, the FDCPA. Truth in Lending came before any of these subchapters. The name within itself says everything. Truth in Lending. Somebody was not being truthful. These lenders were not being truthful through the lending process in the 1960s. And this is why JFK was teaching the things in which he was teaching, is because he was educating people on the feds and how they were, harassing and, violating, our rights as consumers and deceiving us, making us think that we owe things and owe interest on things in which we credit them in the first place. How am I paying interest on something that I gave to you? It's just like what they did to the natives. The natives are paying, for to live on their land, paying to do certain things, to travel on their land, paying to do and so many different things on their own land when they gave the land to these people, to these corporations. It's mind blowing to me. It's mind blowing. We got to bring back the land of the free. We are the revolt. We are the only one. We are the ones to do it. If not us, then who? If not now, then when? There's never been a better time, family. 12 USC 1431, my guy says. I'm gonna write that one down and I'll look into it. Let me see. I'm gonna write it down right now. USC 1431. I'll look into that one, brother. So yeah, 1611 is what we'll use to, come get the remedy. It also talks about getting either you can get $5,000, for anything, prior within that subchapter. So anything before 6 and 11 automatically per violation $5,000. So not only can we get back our down payment, but on top of that we can get that $5,000. Um, let me let this fucking dog in. She's squeaking. No. Where is she? What's up, baby? What's up, baby? Crazy ass. Her little spoiled ass. I am sorry, yo. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So after that method, though, after 1605, 1611, and where we're exercising these as a whole, always file a CFPB complaint. And understand as well, too, not all banks correspond and, are regulated by the CFPB. Some are regulated by the OCC as well, too. So you want to check with that bank, see whom they're regulated by, and then you want to go and take the proper steps and file a complaint through them. On top of that, I love to do, right away, cease and desist. A lot of people, aren't familiar with cease and desist, but a lot of these big attorneys, especially for these, athletes, famous people, right off the bat are leveraging a cease and desist. And that's just stopping all illegal activity. That's all that is doing, is just stopping all illegal activity, is stopping them from, all forms of communication. Let me turn this light on. Stopping them for the illegal activity of them, collecting any more payments. They shouldn't be collecting upon something in which they've already been paid for. And I'm not even coming for the payments, so I'm just coming for my down payments. If you guys want to go that route, I can, go the route of, not making any payments and just rescinding the whole contract. Right now, specifically, I'm talking about my down payment and, the violations that I've noticed that, through the, breaking down the finance charge, there shouldn't be no comparable cash transaction. There is no inseparable payment. Excuse me. All my pizza's coming up and shit that I ate. Vegan, gluten-free pizza. So don't play with me. Fresh veggies. Some little Italian joint out here. Right now we got the mushroom tea going. We got some, what all do we have in here? We got some cordyceps. We got some lion's mane. We got some, what else I got up in here? It tastes like shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's kind of cold now too. But we got some sea moss in there. I put some sea moss up in there. What else I got in there? I got some reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane, turkey tail. That good's so CFPB, OCC, and then I'm filing a cease and desist, right off the bat. After cease and desist, validation of debt. I'm having them validate, the fact that down payments are even illegal. On top of that, if you guys can recall the last video I did on down payments, where I break down the advertisement and the sales of down payments, which is Title 15 USC 1662, which is the Billionaire Act 1662. It talks about the advertisements of down payments and how if they are to, advertise down payments, they must be, ordinarily and whatever is stated, in the same amount in essence. So all down payments must be in the same amount. They can't be. Let me put my phone back in. I'm wilding. I'm walking around the crib like my phone didn't just die on you guys. All right, we're on 2%. I almost forgot. All right, I'm getting antsy. How do you handle a company like us auto, like US Auto says? I had put down a down payment, but they went out of business. So I'm telling you exactly right now. So file a CFPB complaint against them, or an OCC complaint. Also, especially with the dealerships or the lender, I definitely would recommend filing an attorney general complaint in whatever state you guys are in. That's what I would highly recommend you guys doing as well too. On the Millionaires Club, which is the first level, membership level, I'm about to drop a video showing you guys how to do an attorney general complaint. We did the CFPB complaint. I got that recording. I just need to upload it for you guys. So stay tuned for that. I did do the recording when I was at the airport 2 days ago. I knocked out a lot of different recordings for you guys, at least 5 to 6 different trainings. And on top of that, we went live on YouTube, which that live was very powerful. I believe, and I broke down adverse action and more of the denial of credit in which a lot of people have suffered from. So if you guys are just tuning in, I definitely would go back and watch that video as well too. For those just streaming in, the amount of people that are in is double the amount of likes. So let's make sure we're coming in, liking this video, showing some support, and sharing this with people as well too, if we're gaining even more value than expected. We've been here for 47 minutes, strictly getting, insight on how to get to that next level, whether it be mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. We're growing in all aspects, whether it's us, expressing gratitude, as we just mentioned, and the importance of gratitude, and that's operating on that frequency, or whether it's us coming in and learning how to get, a vehicle, with no down payment. How to get a vehicle with no down payment. So that's how to get your vehicle back. How to get your vehicle with no down payment. Let's see. One, like I said, a lot of you guys have messed up credit, reports, consumer reports, that are going to these dealerships, and on top of that, not knowing. So the biggest thing, y'all want to build out your consumer report. Why know all these codes and why be stuck in consumer law and just deletion? No, let's build. Let's focus on building our consumer report. So some accounts you guys can add on is Rental Karma, Rent Reporters. These are both $100 to add on. These will boost your score anywhere from 50 to 100 points. Let's add on authorized users. If you guys know any family members with credit cards with the low utilizations that have been open for some time and they have good credit above a 700, ask them to get added on to an authorized user. Make sure that card is not above 10 to 20% utilization. On top of that, make sure we're going out and on swap a lease. You guys can literally lease vehicles. You guys can, for a couple months at a time, and through that, these are going to report onto your credit with the payment history added on, with your auto loan, rental history. They're going to see that you've already leased, a $50,000, $100,000 vehicle to where now when you go apply for an auto loan, a 50 to 100,000, you guys are going to get approvals with low interest rates because you have auto loan history. When it comes to these auto loans, they want to see that you have auto loan history. So that's a big major key right there within itself. A lot of times, so specifically with Navy Federal, if you guys have Navy Federal and you have auto loan history, you guys can go right away anywhere from 50 to 70,000 to go get an auto loan, approval through them. If you have no auto loan history at all, they're not going to approve you probably for anything more than 40,000 on the auto loan side. So if you have no auto loan history, you're going to have to go apply for an auto loan anywhere from 20 to 40,000, nothing more than such. You can do a $10,000 one as well too, but nothing more than 40,000 if you don't have any auto loan history. So I'm showing you guys how to get an auto loan with no down payment and not even have to go through the consumer laws, codes, and everything of worrying to get back your money. So this is for those that haven't got their vehicle, that are looking to go get a vehicle, that haven't put down a down payment. And what you guys want to do is go through the credit unions, build relationships with the credit unions. If you guys haven't set up the Navy Federal, account, I have literally the blueprint on how to set up a Navy Federal account. Just make sure you guys schedule the phone call with me, and I'll show you guys how to do such. But family, credit unions, regional banks, this is what's going to get us the best interest rates. They'll pull one inquiry from us. If they deny us, boom, they'll hit us with the adverse action letter. They hit us with the adverse action letter, we'll hit them with everything we need, that we know within from the channel alone for the denial of credit. Those are some of our top, viewed videos. Is the denial of credit, because people are getting results and approvals after they've gotten the adverse action letters, because they know how to properly break down the term adverse action. They know which codes are, breaking down how adverse action is literally discrimination in its highest form, and you cannot be denied for your God-given rights. So, family, we got literally step-by-steps and blueprints for all of this. So let's take action. Let's get to it. To summarize everything really quick for you guys, 1605, we want to break down, well, really 1602, 1605, so all the definitions. We want to break down 1605 as well, too, the finance charge to them. We want to break down 1662, which is the advertisement of down payments and them selling down payments. And then we want to exercise 1611, which is holding them criminally liable, come to get that $5,000 for them knowingly and willfully, not disclosing certain things and, going outside of the regulations of the accordance within truth in lending. So with that being said, with the dealership, also with the bank as well too, we're gonna hold, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold all parties involved. I'm not just going after one or the other. I'm going after all parties involved. So with the dealership, I'm gonna file an attorney general complaint. I'm also gonna file a CFPB complaint, and you don't need to do an OCC complaint with them, because the officer of currency control doesn't really have to deal with the dealerships. So do an attorney general complaint and a CFPB complaint. Next, you want to file with the banks a CFPB complaint or an OCC complaint. The first complaint I'm typically filing is a cease and desist. Right. Next, I'm breaking down, debt validation. I'm gonna break down each 5 to them step by step. This right here is building evidence. I'm getting responses from them. All of this is certified mail as well too. Next, I'm doing an affidavit of fact. They don't respond. Okay, I hit them with the affidavit of fact. Breaking down truth in lending, 1605. A lot of the codes I just gave to you guys right now. Really, all of truth in lending as a whole. Affidavit of fact. Getting that notarized. That should really, stop them in their tracks and get you guys everything you guys are seeking. If not, taking them through the arbitration process. I'm always going to take you guys back to that, and that's always going to be the end-all, be-all to get what you need done. If you guys are looking to get it done ASAP, take them through put them on, on a notice of dispute. You put them on notice of dispute, go apply for some things, get denied. Once you get denied, damages have been done. Then let them know you're going to take them through pre-arbitration. If they don't comply with you, let them know you're willing to settle for this amount and to get these certain things done. If they're not willing to comply, take them through arbitration. All of this can be typed up and helped drafted up with ChatGPT as well too. Feel me? So remember that as well too. And if they don't want to go through and comply with that, then we'll take them through the arbitration process. And on the mob, we got the website already. I did a video and I showed you guys how to find their address. I showed you guys literally how to go through and navigate the website already. But I'm going to have a video of more of a step-by-step for you guys within the mob. So, family, I appreciate y'all. 2024, we're about to be traveling the world. If y'all want to be traveling the world at a discounted rate, seeing the world with us, in person, get in this game, in person, trading with me, trading with my mentors, with my business partners. Y'all know what's about to come. I'm about to get a drone. Y'all know me as well too. I'm a nature bug, so I'm about to be doing more hikes. I'm about to be doing some Zooms. I'm about to be doing some YouTube lives, all of that on top of mountains. We're going to have recordings. We're going to have trainings, in the jungle, some more stuff. Yo, stay tuned to the flights, to the places we're about to go, to the things we're about to see, to the content that's about to come. All these places, I'm going to make sure to give different step-by-steps to give you guys the game that's needed to get you guys to where you guys need to be. How to join Billionaires Club. If you're looking to join our personal mentorship, make sure you schedule a one-on-one consultation call. How to join any of the membership levels. Family, that's all on the YouTube. If you guys want exclusive, access to any of my, I'm not here to say anything. So that's why that's why everything's on the YouTube. Y'all got everything on the YouTube. If y'all want access to my private communities, y'all just got to schedule the call. That's it. That's that, family.
That's how we're gonna get connected. That's how we'll build together. The membership levels, I'm gonna be coming here and providing a lot more than what you guys are paying for on the membership levels. So let's get tuned in, family. I had to put down a down payment, but they went out of business. If they went out of business, I'd go after the bank. I gotta study up. Yeah, before anything, I study up. Study up, my guy. Let's get to it, family. We out. Peace and love. As always, I'm gonna see you guys at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. We out.